Hello. Hello. One moment here. Okay. Refresh this. Okay. This here. All right, and my usual shift over, however far that ends up needing to be. I don't remember. I think it's like that. We'll find out, I guess. To switch to this. And here. Yeah, it should be good. Good enough. I do find it interesting. So they did the three games, and then I guess I'm guessing they remade the first game in an effort to reboot the franchise or something. I don't know. Some years ago they remade the first one though, right? When was that? The 2010s or something, I think. Me, so I don't have to get out of this graphical mode. Let me see on my phone if I can find. Hey, Kissa. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that the chat is. I made sure before starting the stream the chat was going through. So welcome. Thank you for stopping in. um. Okay. Let me. I was curious to see. You might know because you like the series. You might know when they made. They did a remake of. I'm guessing I think it's a remake, and I think of the first game, right? In like the 20 teens, trying to restart the franchise or something. I don't know. Let me see. Let me actually change this to game because if I do just Black Mirror, it's going to do the UK television show, which is not 2017. Yeah, they remade. I think that's a remake, right, or an attempt to remake. Let me see. What is this? Reboot of the series. Yeah, I don't know why they felt they needed to reboot it. If anything, I would have thought they would have tried to, um, what is that called? I'm trying to think of the word. They would try to optimize it for modern systems. So graphically, it uses DirectX instead of whatever it was using at the time. It's sometimes called Black Mirror 4. Yeah, but it didn't really, because I thought I remembered seeing, before I ever started the series, I thought I remembered seeing a trailer for the reboot or whatever it was, and thinking, oh, that looks interesting. And then we started playing this, and I'm like, wait, but that's what we're playing now. What? So I got confused at the time. I think that's, yeah, that's weird that it probably didn't, I don't think it got received very well, right? Because they've not continued. Was generally praised for its story, puzzles, and art direction, but received criticism for its short length. Oh, compared to other games in the series, and technical issues, including glitches, bugs, poor graphics, and long load times. Oh, so the graphics weren't very good either. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, that's fine. I was just curious. And it doesn't really have to do with what we're doing right now. I just was curious about that because I thought I remembered something to that effect. Okay, so let me go ahead and get back in here. So we left off after having spoken. So we had finished talking with. Are we at this intersection? I don't remember what we did right before to get to this intersection. Anyway, we'd finished off, like, we had talked to Victoria right before she passed away. She signed over Black Mirror estate to us because we are Adrian, right? We are Adrian Gordon, so it is our heritage technically. Especially since Angelina died in the last game, there is no other heir that we know of, at least potentially, for the castle. And that was sad. That was actually kind of sad, right? Because Victoria had been in all three games, but she just died in this one. I mean, it makes sense that she did, but still sad, right? That she passed on. But I mean, everybody else died also, right? Like Lady Eleanor, I think was her name, from the Welsh castle. She died at the end of last game along with Bates because of the fire. Yeah, so anyway, so Victoria passed. We got the estate, and we now know, and I'm not saying this is right after that, but just also last time, we now know that, at least the way it looks like for sure Murray is involved in trying to get us to go crazy, to kill more people, to give him more business. So that's a weird. There are certain illegalities with what he's doing, like framing us or something, but mostly what he's doing is just immoral and gross. It's not necessarily illegal. Like hoping somebody goes crazy and goes on a spree, that's not technically illegal. I mean, it's super morally disgusting, but it's not illegal. Like what you want isn't actually doing something bad in like legality terms. So there's that. Trying to think what else. Ralph is in his shed. He's nervous, super nervous to talk to us. Maybe that's why we're here. He's super nervous to talk to us. Uh, and Victoria told us about the lady in white, right? And she apparently is the deceased, killed at whatever point, wife of Mordred. And as Mordred started going like deeper and deeper into his darkness, she started noticing and having problems, like struggled in her relationship with him. So she reached out to Mordred, and who is the other brother? Anyway, the other brother, I don't remember his name, is also with an M. And he tried to protect her, like was worried that, his brother might do something crazy. And Mordred went like psychotic on him and was like, "You're cheating on me," and whatever. And so there's a big duel. He died, cursed the Gordon family, and so that's how all that goes. But apparently, and I don't remember her name, but that lady in white is wandering the forest as well, which. What did Victoria say that meant? She said that meant like things were really bad or something? What did she say? Okay. Okay, let's just read this. So Victoria's dead. She told me so much that I could hardly know if I remembered everything. There are two ways to get rid of Mordred and the curse. Hang on. I'm wondering if in here the name of the brother is going to show up somewhere so that we can... It's got it, right? Somewhere? Well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not really finding it. I'm going to flip through for forever. Do. Yeah. This is Robert was Victoria's first son. We talked about that before. Well, I don't know. We'll get it at some point. Whatever his name is. Anyway, Mordred's brother. Now it's going to take a bit to get back to where we were. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Here we go. So there are two ways to get rid of the curse of Mordred. My father chose the simpler of the two, which was self-unaliving. Since we can't say that on some platforms these days. So stupid. Anyway. I mean, it's just a thing that happens. It's not like we're, like, mocking people or saying anything about it or in any way. He thought that he could finally put an end to Mordred by doing that because he was the last male of the Gordon line, didn't know anything about me. I don't want to make the same mistake, so I don't want to do myself in. Victoria said that there was a book which would tell all, and that the menhirs, those little stone like faces on the property, would show me the way. Does she mean the book from the ritual chamber? Mordred's book? And the menhirs, are those the standing stones around the castle? I mean, yes. I think if this is supposed to be if there's no one to ask anymore. Oh. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, there's no one to ask anymore, but I'm going to pursue this thing. So I'm going to look into trying to stop the curse a different way than Samuel did. Now, he says Samuel did himself in, but did he actually? I mean, I guess he kind of did, but really he kind of just more participated in the ceremonies, in the rituals, right? Not just before, but like in the ending when we went down into the tunnels and stuff, we basically... I'm trying to remember how that ended up. I mean, I think we did. He did himself in at the very end, but I think he did more dark stuff before that too. Hey, Silua, welcome. Cool. So we got Kissa and Silua on the chat. At least you two are watching. That's fun. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know. And then Lord of the Manor. So Blackmere Castle's not my castle. I find that that hard to get my head around, but it certainly sounds good. I'm the Lord of the Manor. Not played the newer game. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not inclined to play it. I suppose I could at some point, but I'm not really inclined to play it. I've not gotten requests for it. And I've got plenty of other stuff to do. So when we finish this game, the story... I mean, if the first game is just rebooting the first... If the 2017 game is just rebooting the first game in the series, I mean, okay. You know, sometimes a reboot will get requested. Like I've gotten that with the Gothic series, the reboot of Gothic. I've gotten a few requests, actually. 3-4 requests to when that's released to play the reboot. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway. So he's Lord of the Manor. A Lord of the Manor with keys. Best thing to do would be go around and see where they all fit, and the doors are going to stay open. There aren't going to be any more secrets for me. Okay. So is that? I guess that's the next thing then. Is to go to the. Why am I here then? Was it just because I wanted to talk to Ralph? I don't know. I don't remember what I did at the very end last time. I remember the conversation with Victoria. I don't remember this part. Well, what did I do with this?
I'll leave Ralph in peace for a bit.
Okay, maybe I just checked on him. I don't know. Okay, that's fine. So let's go back to there. We have our little suit on, prim and proper after having attended a funeral or something. Road. Can I not go to the... Because previously we came from this way. See, that's weird. But okay. Yeah, we're here. What the... Okay, I don't even know. Let's just do this. Apparently I can't go to the castle through the normal route of things.
Hi, you waiting for me?
Good morning, sir. Yes, we are. Our condolences, by the way.
Thanks. I'm Adrian.
Okay, Adrian. I'm Greg. This is Steve. So, you're the boss now, right?
It looks like it. But I still have to get used to the fact.
Okay, boss. Well, maybe the best thing is for you to start right away. In fact, Miss Angelini has forgotten to give us further instructions.
Instructions? To do with the restoration? I don't know. I haven't managed to have a good look around yet.
Sure. Then perhaps you want to get a general overview first. Well, there is a heck of a lot of building work going on.
So, why don't you just get on with your work then?
No offense, sir, to the name of the Goldens, but it would be nice to know if the good lady left anything behind. I mean, apart from the building work.
You mean money-wise?
Yep.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Well, see you later then, sir. We'll wait for you in front of the castle.
I mean, to be fair, they're not trying to be indelicate, right? That's why he's talking kind of in the halted...
So this is my new home, Blackmere Castle. A little more spacious than my college room in the prison cell, if not that much brighter.
And that's why the worker was kind of halted in his speech and kind of hesitant, like trying to be careful with his words and stuff, because he doesn't want to be disrespectful, right? I mean, obviously, in this particular case, we really don't have much of a connection to Victoria, like Adrian doesn't really, right? He barely even met her last game, so really Adrian doesn't really know Victoria, right? But the worker isn't sure how much they knew each other, and he wants to be respectful and stuff. So that's true, but it also makes sense. I mean, he's doing work. He doesn't want to do work for nothing. So obviously we need to get money for him so he can keep working on the restoration or whatever. I don't know if it's worth restoring the castle, to be honest. The castle's so dark and everything. Adrian should just, like, have the whole thing demolished, sell the property, and then move back to America where he's not haunted by the curse anymore, is what I would think. But, I mean, I'm not saying having a castle wouldn't be cool, but at the same time, you know, with the whole history, is it really worth it? Probably not. Probably not. It was different for Victoria because Victoria wasn't blood related. So, I mean, to the line above her, so she didn't have the curse herself. So living in Blackmere Castle would have been fine for her. We don't have the same luxury.
The castle looks really threatening from here.
Probably nothing here, just a description.
I think the mailman's been here. I'll have a look.
Oh, we did get something. Okay. Oh, of course.
The letter and the newspaper.
Of course, the newspaper is saying how evil we are and stuff. Dark figure returns to Blackmere Castle. It'd be figure, probably, not figure. Anyway.
A letter addressed to me? Strange. I've only just moved in. The Guardian's third virtue is mercifulness. Just as water grows drop by drop and becomes a mighty ocean, so should every call for help be heard and find a sea of answers.
Okay.
Yet another one of those cryptic messages? No thanks. The last one drove me right into the clutches of a head case.
Yeah, it's what it's got. It's what got us stuck in the mortuary, right?
What the? Ugh. The picture of me. That's the one I did for Murray. He can never get enough, can he? I don't want to know what kind of dough he screwed out of the newspaper for that. Well, what does it say here? Blackmere Castle has a new lord of the manor. It has transpired that the young American Darren M., against whom the accusation of arson has yet to be proved, is the last descendant of the Gordon family. Great. Now everyone will think I've torched my inheritance. And what's even worse, that I'm rich. I'll throw the paper away.
Aw, we're not going to keep it? Damn. Use it to roll joints or something later. Not very good paper for it, but still. It's actually really bad paper, right? You get the ink in there too. That's poisonous. That's not good. Okay, so look at these since
This is one of the stand-in stones Victoria mentioned. He should point to the entrance. But where? And how?
they're kind of at an angle, so I wonder if it's like up and somewhere where the intersection of all, if you were to have a line, like a light or something, go straight up from here, or like up at the proper angle, if all the lights would converge eventually.
The castle itself is already sinister enough, but the soot on the facade makes it look like something out of a haunted house backdrop. I ought to get it removed.
So that'd be one of the things we need to work on, okay. This is part of our assessment, I guess, then, right? There's a cross here that fell to the side slightly, looks like. Interesting. I'm not seeing anything on the anything else on the outside. Let's go to the garden. If I knew you were going to walk the long way around, I would have double-clicked. Okay. Another one of
I think
those.
this is one of the stand-ins.
Okay, so same thing. Which makes sense.
I wonder if there was ever a pretty maiden in this castle.
Heh. Oh, Adrian, wherefore art thou, Adrian?
A ladder. Who knows when it was put here, and why?
Roof is in bad shape up here. The peak, we should really get that fixed, but apparently we're not gonna note that down. Because that's like, it rains and that's all kinds of leaking, right? So, but, you know, whatever, I guess. Another here. We're not gonna note anything else on the outside, huh? Soot, but not the collapsing. Sure, okay. Let's go to the greenhouse first, I guess, and then we'll go inside. That's back to the castle. This is obviously also run down over time. But, I mean, not as bad as the castle, of course. This is much less of a problem. What is this? Just the back wall of the state, I guess? Anyway, okay. Let's see. We have all the keys now, right? So this should open the greenhouse, I think.
The door is practically rusted solid to the frame. It's obvious that Lewis hasn't seen the inside of the greenhouse for more than 3 weeks. This is in dire need of a good tidy-up.
Okay, so that's another thing.
Welcome to the jungle. Half of it is dried out, and the other half is rotten. It's very unusual to put carpet down in a greenhouse.
Yeah, like why?
The gaps between the tiles haven't been cemented. The tiles here have only been placed loosely next to each other.
Oh! That might be our entrance that the menhirs are pointing to. Let's not do that right now. Want to finish assessing the castle and stuff.
What have we got here? A garden hose. Hoses have always brought me luck so far.
True. Last game we used a hose two times? I don't remember. Something like that. And we made something out of it.
That was a bucket for water.
With a hole in it now.
Maybe I can use it for something else.
Got a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza, a hole in my bucket, dear Liza, a hole.
It looks like the gardener is the murderer. Or, like Lewis, got wrapped up with a murderess.
Because of these? What? I'm very confused how he made that connection. Okay. Anyway. Statue.
A statue? Is that the white lady? I doubt it. She's too scantily dressed. Oh God, I see her everywhere, even though she's not there at all. Still, it's a shame she's got so dirty.
he's like, do I have a sexy ghost following me? Is there sexy ghost time?
A statue? Oh God.
Okay. A wooden shaft? Sure. Yeah, let's grab that. I only have 50 items in my inventory.
That must
It's
have been
fine.
one hell of a rake. Now it's just a long wooden stick. The bottom part is broken off.
Okay. Plants.
A withered plant. It says Valeriana walrathi on the label here. A withered plant.
Nothing more than that. Talk to his lawyer about newspaper besmirching his name. As a noble, I would assume he has more impact by law for demanding preventing fake information about him. Yeah. When you have a lot of power, a lot of money, and so translating that into influence, paying people off or whatever, you tend to have a lot more flexibility in your options when someone wrongs you. Or if you've done something wrong and don't want to be arrested for it or something. It's not just, but it is true. It is the way things work, unfortunately. Okay, I think that's it in here. Let's go back out and go into the house. Now we'll start assessing things inside the castle, I guess. Kitchen looks fine. I don't think it needs any work. We'll just leave it alone. It's okay. Jeez. Look at this from the fire. Look at how badly all this stuff got destroyed. That's so messed up. Uh-huh. I know I'm gonna look at the door here in a second and see if there's anything else before we go in. I'm not seeing anything on initial scan. Okay, let's go over here and see. Hey, Sunset, welcome to the chat. Thanks for watching today. Stopping in. Appreciate it.
The door is closed.
Yeah, but we have keys, right? Like, can we not?
I've got the right key here. The door's unlocked.
So open the door. I'm going to go up to a door, unlock it, and then walk away. Okay. Or just do it for me, game. Ooh. Well, that's spoopy. Dark staircase descending immediately upon entering. Nice.
I assume that there's wine stored in these barrels. But as old as everything here is, could be vinegar by now.
Yeah, wine does go bad, unfortunately. Oh, spray can.
Quick setting foam, industrial quality, particularly suited to damp areas.
Oh, hose clips. Well, we have a hose, so that makes sense.
These are pipe clips, like metal cable ties. Extremely useful.
I am not sure if we'll apply this to the hose yet or not, but I probably should check. Let's do that now. Combine this inventory system, though. This with this. Not yet. Okay. Does this seal this? No. Okay, I think we're holding off on all those things probably for now.
A step ladder, like you'd use to change a light bulb, or to hang yourself.
Hey! None of that talk here, Darren. We're trying to get this video monetized.
The castle's almost completely burned down. No wonder it's so filthy everywhere.
So we're not going to try to clean that up. I guess it's fair. He did say soot, so they probably just go all around the entire castle looking for soot. Extension cable. Brush and shovel. Interesting. Okay, let's do that
There's
first.
cleaning stuff, just no one to use it.
Okay, there.
Great, an extension cable.
Not sure why he says great. Do we need an extension cable as far as we know? Not as far as we know, but okay.
The
That's
bucket
fine.
is half full of a white salt, probably for when it's icy.
Yeah.
The bucket is half full of...
Yep. I use that myself still sometimes. You get stone steps outside my place. Use salt. Make sure you don't slip. Melts the snow in within like a half an hour easily. It's melted a bunch of the snow and it's not icy anymore.
Huh. Why should the cellar light in Blackmare Castle work?
Uh-huh.
A power socket. But does it have an electricity supply? A power socket.
No, we're not going to plug that in. I guess if we don't know it has a power supply, I guess that's fair.
Ugh, it's as gloomy here as in Mordred's poor soul. I'm not going any further. I'm sure Victoria wouldn't have hidden her money in the cellar.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. We'll go there later. I don't know if there's anything left up here that I've not already examined. Don't think so. Hey, sorry for not seeing your second post. Puzzle, yeah, it's a point and click, so it's basically, think of it like a murder mystery, except instead of murder, you're investigating a family curse. So it's like horror, but not really scary. It's just kind of like horror theme, and you're investigating stuff, trying to figure out in this particular set of moments, so there's a ghost lady that's wandering out in the woods. We don't know much about her, so we're trying to find out about her. Our great grandmother just died in the last part, so now we've inherited. We're the last person in our family line, in the family of the Gordons, and so we're the last Gordon. So we're going through the castle that we just inherited, barely, and we're looking around, trying to find money that our great great grandmother left behind, so we can pay the workers so they can continue to work on repairing the castle. Um, there's a guy, kind of a scummy guy named Murray, who runs a hotel. To give you an idea of the kind of scummy guy he is, the hotel used to be a sanatorium. He got it turned into a hotel to make money. He hopes, so there's a family curse in our family that all of the male descendants will eventually go kind of crazy and start like a murder spree. We've had some temptations, like some dark thoughts, but we've not actually gone off the deep end yet. Hopefully we won't. Anyway, and Murray knows that, so Murray is hoping to make things worse for us so that we go crazy and kill people, so that he can make money off of, ooh, look at all the scary people that are dying, look, all the scary guy who's killing everybody. So he wants to make money off of that. So that's kind of the scummy guy he is. Anyway, so he's got some things tied in. He's done some things to us, like try to have one of his associates hold us prisoner and like blackmail us and stuff. He does stuff like that. So there's that guy. Other than that, I don't really know there's a whole lot to explain right now. There is a psychologist we're seeing to try to work through some of the curse tendencies that make us go crazy, but so far we've got medication, and so far we've mostly stayed stable, so we'll see how that works. But anyway, so there are puzzle elements. Sometimes we have to do some puzzle to move on, and a lot of times we'll have to find items that we need to use on something in the environment, or combine items and then use those in the environment. So it's that kind of a game. More storyline than just puzzles, but there are some puzzle elements. Since you asked about that specifically, if you prefer or like, either way, or prefer puzzle games, in about 9.5 hours, I'll be playing The Witness, and that's pretty much almost nothing but puzzles. There's like, I guess, some lore about the world or whatever that's kind of, the game keeps close to its chest, so it's harder to get those details. But that game, in about 9.5 hours, The Witness, is solid puzzles. So that's one you will want to look out for if you are into that stuff. Or if you cannot make it at the time I stream live in 9.5 hours, just look for the video of it after the fact. We already looked through all of this, so we'll just move into the main room. So obviously we got scaffolding and stuff from a whole bunch of work that's been done.
For some reason, I'm wary of dogs.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Since you're new to the game, Sansat, a few streams ago, like 3 streams ago or something, he was in the forest at night and got chased by wild dogs, so he's referencing that. Okay.
Tasty. Dried wallpaper paste.
Why would you say tasty? Did I say put it in your mouth? I just said look at it, weirdo.
A massive block of stone with a secret compartment, but there's nothing in it. I'd already discovered it before the castle fire.
Yeah, that was in the last game, Black Mirror 2, we did that.
The globe is metal. I can't see a weld seam. I wonder how they got it through the door.
Interesting. Okay. It doesn't help us in the assessment of what needs to be worked on and where Victoria's money could be, so hold off on that for now.
The entire hall is one big construction site.
I mean, when it burns mostly to the ground. That makes sense. Well, to the ground's the wrong phrase. It didn't actually burn all the way to the ground, but it like the whole thing got destroyed. Pretty much all the interior stuff is gone, is blasted away.
The Gordon coat of arms. Pretty uninspiring. I'd expected a fire-breathing dragon or a griffin with bloody claws.
Since you've inherited this castle now, if you stay here, Darren, and then you end up getting a lady friend and you have her stay here with you, you might want to have a better attitude for any offspring you have in the future. I'm just saying.
The upper floor is a heap of rubble.
Yeah, all the stuff collapsed. It's not great.
Why this debris was brought into the main hall of the castle and not taken outside will remain an eternal mystery to me.
That is weird. I could see this as a stop along the way, but still, that's weird. You'd think you just take it out and dump it in, like, a hole in the ground or something.
The left wing of the castle is really collapsed now.
Oh yeah, this is kind of the old bedroom where our mother had lived before she died.
Amazing. The new tiles look as old as the old ones.
We're trying to match the decor, man. Don't hate. We're trying to keep the ambiance of ancient, regal, but still cursed and very scary castle. Alright. I think that the tea room. I came from the kitchen. I don't know if I've been in the tea room. Even in the last game when we had this view, I don't remember if we actually went in the tea room. Because oh no, we did. I keep thinking it was over here that they were sitting, but Victoria and Eleanor were over here having tea, I think, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think that's right. Although this looks way different. Maybe they were not in here. This looks more like the room Samuel met Victoria in the first game in. But that's also wrong because that was like a library. No, I'm still sure we were in this room. And it goes much more in this direction over here to the right. We just have it cut off in this particular game. But we had more room here. Yeah, because I remember there were several tables. So that makes sense. It would have been a tea room. That's right. For a second, because I thought there were paintings, but I thought there were books. But I think it was just paintings now that I think about it.
There were probably pictures hanging here before. Either they were destroyed in the fire, or were taken down to be restored. What's a tea room without a teapot? This one's being used as a flower pot. What are these marks? It looks like mildew. Ugh, not that healthy.
Not that healthy? Is there any scenario in which mildew is healthy?
What are these marks? It looks like
Looks to me almost like an upside down cross. Like an inverted crucifix. That's interesting.
It's really quite pretty, this ostrich egg cup.
Okay. Nope, we're not walking. I didn't mean to walk. I clicked, but I didn't mean to walk. Okay.
Bills, bank statements. Envelopes with nothing in them. Huh, who's this one from? Città del Vaticano, Roma, Italia. It's from the Vatican. What did Victoria have to do with the Vatican?
Maybe she reached out to a Catholic expert to try to find out about exorcism or something, thinking maybe she could eliminate the Gordon curse that way or something. I don't know. Interesting.
The clock has stopped, probably during the last century.
What? Excuse me. The clock has stopped. Then why is the hand still going? Are you saying just that the arms aren't moving? Okay. Anyway, every single time I see this in a game, it reminds me of a song when I was growing up that we used to, when I was a little kid, we used to sing. My grandfather's clock was too large for the shelf, so it stood 90 years on the floor. It was larger by far than the old man himself, though it weighed not a pennyweight more. It was built on the morn of the day that he was born. It was always his pleasure and pride, but it stopped short, never to run again when the old man died. Why are these on the... I guess this probably is lumped in with this when we click this one.
Ugh, what horrible things. Beats me what people think is so great about statues of naked kids with wings.
Huh. It's not that they think the kids, like the form of them as kids and stuff, is like cute or beautiful or something. It's a traditional thing from the Middle Ages that, like, there were supposedly, according to Catholic tradition, there were like tiers or like a hierarchy or whatever of angels. There were different kinds of angels. Some of them more powerful than others. Anyway, so they had like seraphim and Nephilim, and they had the cherubim were these, and the cherubim were like the lowest of the angels, I think, if I remember right. I'm not Catholic, but I think that's what Catholic mythology or tradition or whatever you want to say said. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Maria, the mother of all statues.
Nothing there, okay.
The plinth is probably marble. The plinth...
Okay. And then
Horse breeding was once a big thing here. The sculpture probably originates from that period. Horse breeding was...
Yeah, I wonder... I've been kind of... Now that Darren, or his actual name is Adrian... So really, really briefly, sounds out if you're still watching, just for background. Because of the Gordon family curse, this guy, Adrian Gordon, was taken to America as a little baby and raised with a foster mom, thinking she was his real mom, so that he would not be around the castle to give into the curse. Eventually, he ends up back over here and finds out he's actually a member of the Gordon family, and about the curse and everything. Anyway, so his name when he was in America was Darren Michaels, but his actual name is Adrian Gordon. So if I say Darren or I say Adrian, I'm talking about the same guy. Anyway, so I wonder, since he inherited it, or found out, no, since he officially inherited the castle, because Victoria passed on, I've been wondering in my head a little bit what Adrian would do for fixing up the castle, earning money to be able to get the castle to stay around. Like I said, my plan would be just to completely demolish the whole castle, renovate the property, like just the whole property, just landscaped or whatever, and then sell it to somebody for farming or whatever they were going to do. But he probably won't do that. So I wonder what he's going to do for trying to make money so that he can keep manage castle upkeep as well as repairs as well as whatever, right? Maybe try to return the castle to some degree of glory or something. So it's like actually a nice castle again. If he's going to do that at all, if any of that stuff is going to be a thing, this could be a method. But he said Gordon's did that in the past, which means he would have to start it up again. He'd have to buy horses, get trainers. I'm not sure what he would plan to do for trying to get things going again. Wait, hang on. There's nothing else in here I've missed, right? Before I leave. Just make sure. This. That's all outside, and he is not going to look out there. Nothing with this, at least yet. Maybe later. But this might be just a thing he notes down so that the workers know to work on it later. Alright, I think we're done with the tea room. So, I guess it's either the library or upstairs. Let's go to the library first.
As if the chaos of books wasn't enough, all the drawers have been pulled out just in case. I'd love to have a little bit of a rest.
So I can rest apparently? Let's not do that yet.
All of the books here have Latin titles. Doesn't mean a thing to me. Books about horses, horse breeding, hunting dogs, polo, and so on. The Gordon's hobbies. I'll put in a computer here. Stories, adventures, and fairy tales. Dickens, Defoe, Anderson, Jules Verne. These are probably the most up-to-date books in this library.
Interesting. Yeah, I probably would do what he did too. He's like, I'm gonna put in a computer. I mean, if I were gonna keep a castle, like I said, I would not. But if I were gonna keep the castle, yeah.
An old mural. Looks like the Last Supper. All of the candles are burned right down. Whatever. I wasn't planning on lighting them anyway. In the corner, there's a richly ornamented mighty column. The weight of the castle rests on it. In the corner, Shakespeare dramas, Shakespeare tragedies, Shakespeare comedies. This will be the shelf for my comic collection.
From Shakespeare to X-Men.
The Encyclopedia Britannica, in at least 3 editions. Will there ever be a bigger reference book? Bibles and religious texts. Some of the editions look damn valuable. Good that the fire didn't spread through here.
So I guess because he's going to put comics instead of Shakespeare and stuff, he could sell a bunch of these books if he doesn't want them anymore. These books would be something I would probably want to keep. I'd probably take these with me. And then level the castle.
Someone doesn't seem to have understood what a bookshelf is for.
Yeah, because you've never taken more than one book out at a time to try to do some kind of research, right? College was never a thing for you. Actually, to be fair, no, because I think he returned from college to visit his mom in the last game, the beginning of the last game. So I don't know.
There's probably a mini bar hidden in there, but I'm not interested in that right now.
I mean, I don't think that Victoria's riches will be here. They'll probably be like upstairs, like maybe in her old bedroom or something, but I figured, we should check out what's here anyway.
My family tree.
Yeah.
My family tree.
Let's do fortune teller on the phone today since it's the next day. Should be able to do it again. Each day do it once is what it seems like. When I do it twice in the day, he says I've already done it.
Hello, Madame Fortuna.
Adrian, I knew you would call again.
Who else could it be?
Pick a card.
Stop.
We have the Emperor.
Yeah, on the line. But it was in all the papers, too, so...
What? No. The card, Adrian. The Emperor card. You're gaining in external power and strength. You have a strong will. And I see
Dead.
death.
Of course.
Again.
A bear will follow you at every turn and devour you.
At every turn. What the...
Adrian, you can defeat the bear.
How can I defeat the bear?
Clear the way for the bear. Then he will let you live.
The way for the... yeah. Thanks. What a load of crap.
The bear, it's probably pretty obvious, but I'm pretty sure the bear is the curse, like following him. And if he makes way for the bear, I don't know what that means. Give in to the bear? I don't know. But if he makes way for the bear, then the bear will let him live. So maybe he'll do the self-unaliving if he doesn't let the curse take over or something. I don't even know. But that was interesting. Okay. We also have...
Dr. Jones's chambers.
Hello, Dr. Jones? Adrian Gordon here.
Wow, Mr. Gordon. What's the score?
About the bail...
Ah, I had wanted to call you about that. Sorry, it slipped my mind. A certain Charles Murray from Willow Creek has deposited the bail with the court. Do you know this man?
Only too well. But I wanted to tell you I'd already found that out myself.
Is he a friend of yours? That's good. Very good, in fact. The more supporters you have, the better. That always goes down well with the judge. People with friends and advocates. Terrific. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a friend. Scumbag, scoundrel, dirty, rotten hotelier.
Dr. Jones, you know much about English inheritance law?
Well, yeah, about as much as a boxer knows about synchronized swimming.
So, not at all.
And that's making a favorable comparison. Are you having problems regarding the inheritance? I could ask around for you.
Don't worry. I'll ask the notary. He's bound to know. Goodbye, Dr. Jones.
Seconds away. Next round, Mr. Gordon.
Okay, and then this is the notary? Yeah.
Yes?
Is this Mr. Dukes? Notary for inheritance law and whatnot?
Absolutely correct. And you are?
Gordon. Adrian Gordon.
Ah, Mr. Gordon, my condolences once again for the loss of your great-grandmother.
Thanks.
I'm assuming you still have a few questions concerning the reading of the will yesterday?
Mr. Dukes, can you tell me again what exactly is included in my inheritance?
Well, Mr. Gordon, you're the last descendant of the Gordon lineage and inherit the Black Mirror Castle estate and the one in Wales, a few hundred acres of woodland, as well as the assets in the family bank account amounting to £100. With all privileges and responsibilities.
What responsibilities?
The proper management of the woodland, adherence to hunting regulations, maintenance of the property and the garden. Sale is explicitly prohibited. At most, you can hand it over to the church. Nothing outstanding, no debts. Not a bad inheritance at all, don't you think?
I'll be in touch, Mr. Dukes.
Of course, Mr. Gordon.
Well, damn. I guess I would not be selling the castle. That's unfortunate. Okay. I don't think I have anybody else to call.
An empty envelope with the Vatican crest on it. According to the postmark, it was sent 2 weeks ago.
statements.
£6,000 is paid in every 3 months. No indication of who it came from. It just says here it was paid in over the counter. The last entry is 4 months ago. And the account was virtually empty 2 weeks ago. By Valentina Antolini. Authorized by Victoria Gordon. That must have been money for the construction guys.
What was that? Construction guys want paying. I need to get some cash urgently, or else they'll all go drifting back to Murray. First, let's see how the family finances are looking. According to bank statements, there's an annual cash payment of £6,000 coming in every 3 months. Probably Victoria, like lots of old folks, was worried about having too much money in the bank, but she must have kept the cash somewhere. Where am I going to look? £100. We're rich beyond our wildest dreams. Yeah. Well, like he just said, though, in the description, right? It's more of a, I don't want a lot of money in my bank account because, that could get, potentially there could be some kind of hack at the bank. People withdraw the cash or whatever. So most of my money is going to be elsewhere. I'll have some, but only what I need in the bank account. The actual money will be like in a safe or something. And that's not atypical. Actually, I would not say most Americans. I think most Americans would not do that. Most Americans would probably just keep their money in the bank account. But there are a number of Americans, myself included, actually, I would be one of them, who do not keep most of our money in the bank, but try to keep money elsewhere. Whether it's tied up in stocks or it's in something like a vault or a safe or something. So that if you ever get robbed, like financially, somebody hacks the bank or whatever, you don't lose everything you've got. You still have stuff to fall back on. You can say, oh, that's okay. It's okay. We can rebuild, and you have some finances to do that. And that's what really rich people would do. That's why they've only got like £100 in the bank right here. Good on you, by the way, getting the British pound symbol. Most people don't know how to input that into chat. Or, at a minimum, like to look it up online and then just copy it across.
That's the only part of the library that was damaged by the fire, fortunately.
Oh, the frame, yeah. Yeah, that's good. So the library's intact. That's good. Like I said, we could sell these books potentially. Get money from that if things came to worse. Okay, let's go upstairs and then maybe come back down and rest in the armchair if that's what that's going to be, since it's an interact or a use icon now. But let's go back out. So I think this was Bates. No, this is Victoria's room. Where is Bates's room in comparison? I don't know. Well, anyway, it's fine. Okay, I'm not doing inventory right now. Thanks. This is closest. Let's do this first. Ooh, paintings. These might be the stuff that was used to be hung up in the tea room. Some of these are potentially things we might paint. We might sell as well if we need cash. Doesn't sound like we need cash. I'm sure Victoria's got a stash somewhere. Maybe it turns out it's empty though. I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, look. Green ghost lamps. Very homely.
Ha! You don't like them, huh? I kind of like them, actually, but I like, as you know, because of how much horror I play, I actually like kind of the spooky vibe and stuff for stuff like that, but that's fine. Painting. Oh, mattresses. Interesting. I suppose a lot of this could be just save what you can kind of thing, right? Like, well, these did not get burned in the fire, so move them somewhere where we can while we restore the rest of the stuff, or probably less so. But if the fire was still going, try to save these before the fire burns them. I feel like though they wouldn't have. They probably would have tried to get out and save their own lives rather than just saving items, saving property.
Oh, beautiful two-handed swords
Uh-oh.
with ground steel blades
Oh, no.
shoved up on the wall any old way, and also next to an ordinary flail, as wielded by mere bandits and riffraff. Whoever hung these weapons here had no idea what they were.
Adrian, do we need to give you your medicine? Here. Maybe I just right
The
click.
medication that Dr. Winterbottom prescribed for me. Halo Paradox. For the treatment of acute psychosis with delusion, hallucinations, or cognitive disorders. The info on the box isn't very informative. Take the Halo Paradox with a glass of water. Avoid ingestion with magnesium-rich substances.
Oh, so I need water anyway if I'm going to take those. A nice little peek of his Gordon family curse there.
Boxes full of stuff. I guess no one would have missed it if it'd been burned.
Corridor.
There are some paint buckets drying up here. Who knows if these walls will ever come in contact with it. A mattress seems to be a bit too unusual to serve as a hiding place for the Gordons. A mattress seems to be a bit...
But we can't actually move it, so I guess we're assuming there's nothing hidden behind. I guess.
A stack of old pictures. Looks like they were rescued from the fire. A lot of them have caught smoke damage. A stack of old pictures.
Yeah, so it looks like these probably were... They didn't have many servants, though, to save the paintings. So did they actually, Eleanor and Victoria, actually run around trying to save stuff? That seems like something they wouldn't have done. They were pretty old, so I don't know that they would have physically been able to do that. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Heritage and what you leave behind and all that, I suppose, right? We must save the Gordon family stuff so that we don't go into obscurity. That's possibly something that could have been thought. I don't know. Okay, so this is like room of some more protected stuff. Probably more books here, although this might be a facade. Like just look like books but not actually be them since we have the library. I'm not sure. But this does kind of look like a study kind of a room, like a small little lounge type area where you could read something in quiet, not have to worry about other people being there. So maybe. Well, pounds aren't that hard to find at the European keyboard. Wouldn't have remembered the symbol without seeing it in the game, though. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not that hard, I guess. On an American keyboard, we don't have a pound symbol. We use a dollar sign instead. So maybe your keyboard's there, use a pound instead of the dollar sign. In either case, there's also an ASCII code for it. You do, I believe it's Alt 156, I think. Somewhere around there is the British pound symbol as well. I'm going to go get myself a drink really fast. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Took slightly longer than expected. Okay. So I think we're done in this room. I don't think there's anything more in here for now. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Passage. Let's go to Victoria's room first, I think. Passage potentially is exploration further in, so. I don't know if there's going to be much in here that we've not already seen since we visited Victoria before she passed, but there could be some stuff.
This is the monitoring equipment and medication Victoria used. Shouldn't Miss Antolini have taken these away with her? Or is someone else from the diocese coming to collect them? Looks like I'll have to take care of it.
Yeah. No more Victoria. I was kind of sad when Bates went away last time. Now then we, at the beginning of this, learned that Eleanor didn't make it, so it's kind of sad from that. And now Victoria passed as well. So now pretty much everybody from the earlier games is gone now, unless you count from earlier games, meaning second game. Then you have like Scumbag Murray and stuff, but I don't care about that.
The White Lady. The Great Mystery.
Ooh, cutscene.
Hey, what's going on here? The blood is gone. But there's a black mark just where I touched the picture. Or was it there already? No, I'd better not handle it again.
Interesting. Why? Why would that have happened? Is that because we have the curse on us, and so that taints the... But it's just a painting? I guess it's not just a painting, because we kind of had that experience, so that's weird. That was unexpected. We had a save icon over here. We didn't have a journal entry, so I'm not sure what that's going to say. The curse. I don't know. I could look through a bunch of pages, but I don't know that I'm going to find anything more about the White Lady. Like I said, they didn't give any kind of indication, sound effect, or animation or icon or anything indicating we added anything to the journal, so maybe there's nothing there.
This is Victoria's jewelry. Rings, necklaces, and earrings. This is Victoria's jewelry.
Okay. So nothing else with that. I think that's it in here, right? I've not missed something. I don't think. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead. That's it in Victoria's room. Like I said, we've been here before and had already looked at most of the stuff anyway. Okay, let's go passage delving. What? Come all the way back
There's
up?
only one other door in the passage, and it's locked.
Well, how about keys to the passage, you weirdo? You have to walk all the way back out here instead of just telling me, too? Okay.
Strange. None of the keys fit.
See, that's what I've expected, to have him say something before he came back out. But, okay. So we'll want, not need, I guess. Well, maybe we do, but we'll want to get in that passage at some point, try to figure out what we do about that. Have anything like a sledgehammer or anything like that on me to try to open up the passage. Yeah, okay. Guess that's it over here. Yeah, so I guess we'll sit in the armchair for a bit and rest. Seems to be the next thing to do. All right, we've done upstairs. We did the passage, Victoria's room, and the little room where all the paintings and stuff are stored. And then examined stuff in that upper hall. And that's all that we were able to access up there. We've already examined all the stuff in here and interacted with whatever. We've done the library. We came from the kitchen, so we've done the kitchen and also the cellar. I mean, as much as we're going to, because we're not going down the spiral stairs. And we've done the tea room. We've done the greenhouse and the side garden. And most of the front. I wonder if there... I don't think we can go to the left from the front. So there's this. Yeah, let's do this really fast, I guess.
Looks like it's broken.
It was those damn long-haired hippies from the next village.
There goes the frontage. Okay. Steve, Gregory.
Steve, the more industrious of the two workers. I'd really like to know why he's drilling holes in my castle.
Bro, why are you drilling holes in my castle?
That's Greg. He watches Steve while he works.
Yeah, I don't really have like a lantern or anything to go down the spiral stairs. Best I have is the lighter, which I don't think is going to work. Or the stickers, which I don't think they're going to work. Especially because there are only 2 of them. So I could like slap one on the wall halfway down and then one at the very base and then not proceed from there. So probably none of those. Okay.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah?
Why are you drilling holes into the castle?
Oh, it's simple. The foundation walls are full of water from extinguishing the fire. They sucked it up like a sponge. If we don't get the moisture out of the walls, then the whole castle will start to go moldy.
And the water just runs out of the holes? I can't believe that.
Of course not. I'm drilling the holes for these cartridges. There's liquid in them, which crystallizes in the wall and binds the water.
Oh, right.
I mean, it's fair, I guess. I did carpentry. I don't know, but it's not stonework, so I don't know how that... I've never heard of that before. Interesting.
Do you work for free?
No, sir. But unlike Greg, I believe you've got enough money. You have, haven't you?
I own a castle, don't I?
Oh, of course. I was just saying. I mean, you hear all the stories nowadays about poor nobility, and the castle ain't exactly in tip-top condition.
I'm sorting it out. Hi, Greg.
Hey, Adrian, what's up? Have you sorted out the finances?
No, not yet.
You know where you can find me.
Why are the books all spread around the floor of the library?
You'll have to ask Miss Antolini about that. She'd often pick up a book. Didn't have much to do by the looks of things. Was reading all the time.
That's suspicious. I mean, it's not suspicious if she was bored or something, but it feels like something's going on with Miss Antolini, I think.
Where's this Miss Antolini got to, anyway? She wasn't even at the funeral.
What do I know? Probably back in the convent. Ask the priest. They're both back to the same team.
And you were asked to renovate the castle by her?
Correct. Headhunted us. We were working for old Murray before, for a pittance. We get twice as much here.
Okay, and where did she get the money from?
From Lady Victoria. It was her castle, after all.
How come Miss Antolini organized the construction guys and managed all this restoration work if Victoria didn't speak a word with her? It's a mystery to me anyway, how they managed their money. There's only £100 in the family bank account. Wait a minute. Maybe she only had part of it in the bank. Old people like to keep their money at home, underneath cushions or in the mattress. But don't old castles have treasure vaults too? A pile of gold and gems down in the dungeon, usually with a fire-breathing dragon as its guardian.
Hey, what's up?
What? I was just thinking about your pay.
Well, I hope something comes of it. I don't want to work for Murray again.
The medical equipment in Victoria's room, is it gonna be picked up at some point?
I suppose so. I bet they aren't cheap. I'm sure the diocese will come for them.
There's no light in the cellar.
Oh no, it's going to stay like that for the time being. The water used to put out the fire flooded the whole cellar, and there are electrical wires all over. Much too dangerous.
That one room on the upper corridor is locked.
Miss Antolini's room? Yep, she always locked it. She was scared we'd pay her a visit in the night.
How come I, as Lord of the Manor, don't have a key for it?
She probably took it with her.
Can you open the door for me?
Why? The room has already been completely renovated. I'm sure Miss Antolini will turn up in the next couple of days. Or send the key back.
And if she doesn't?
Well, I could always break it down for you.
Thanks a lot. You haven't happened to find a treasure vault here in the castle, have you?
Would we still be here?
Forget I asked.
So tell me you're a thief without telling me you're a thief. Just kidding. I'm not saying he would have walked away with something. I'm just kind of saying he would have walked away with something. Order doesn't appreciate anything that ain't sharp, it seems. Yeah. It's a dollar symbol next to the pound symbol on the European keyboard. Oh, interesting. Yeah. We have... yeah. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we have different symbols. That's fine. I expected as much. Different parts of the world, you'll use different keyboard layouts, different keyboard symbols, and so on. It's fine. Alright, well... Can't really think much else to do. Unless I wanted to try to go... We can go to Warm Hill and ask about Sister Antolini. And we could potentially... I don't know if we're going to find anything there, but we could potentially go to town and see if there's anything changed in town. Let's do that really fast. I mean, check another couple areas really fast. So this now is the whole Black Mirror estate. Yeah, Castlegate, greenhouse. We have a like what looks like a little kid's map, a little child's map of the castle area. Warm Hill. Yeah, let's go Warm Hill and then the church, and then from there. I don't think I want to go back to the hotel probably. Oh, we can't anyway. That's fine. Yeah. Let's go here.
This is Sally's grave. She was murdered.
Yeah, what a lovely twin sister we had. But again, to be fair, I mean, she's the same. It's the same idea. She's like also subject to the curse apparently because she was a twin. Normally, the curse doesn't affect females in the family line, but because she was our twin, it looks like somehow she got some of that curse transferred to her anyway.
The correct translation is, "See the Lamb of God that..." I've forgotten the rest again. Hello? No one there.
It's probably in the church, of course. Okay.
I'll leave him in peace for now. I'll leave him in peace.
Okay. Here. Okay. Here.
Hello, Father.
Adrian, welcome to my church.
Marcus. Marcus and Mordred. I was not remembering Marcus. Okay.
I'm the last Gordon. Sounds like the last Mohican. What does that actually mean to me?
My son, you don't have to remain the last one. It's up to you whether it's the end of your lineage or a new start.
So, if I should decide to become a Catholic priest, then it would pretty much be the end.
You can still think about it. Your inheritance isn't just of a spiritual kind, it's also material. There's also the Black Mirror estate to manage. Presumably also the one in Wales. A huge responsibility, but also a huge gift.
And what about your church? It was built by Marcus Gordon, so it must belong to me now too?
The gift isn't that huge. Marcus Gordon built it, but he was also a loyal son of the church, and always gave everything back that he got from it. Warm Hill Church belongs to itself, and, of course, the people here.
Miss Antolini, Victoria's nurse, what do you know about her?
She was sent by the diocese. They have very well-trained nursing staff, competent and trustworthy.
You didn't know her personally?
I know the manageress of the diocese, Mrs. Puft. She's the wife of the brother of the mayoress, Mrs. Puft, her sister-in-law.
Yeah, but you've never met Miss Antolini.
I saw her a couple of times when I visited Lady Victoria. Made a nice impression.
Thanks for the help.
May the Lord be with you.
So that's it for that. So nothing really new other than that he happened to have met Sister Antolini. Looks like we're not even going to go back to town. So yeah, we're locked into this, which is fine. I just was, gonna see. Okay, so I guess we'll go to sleep in that armchair in the library, and then we'll go from there. It'll be nighttime when we wake up and we'll be in spooky mode or something. Your fade out is a little too fast, guys. Should have gone faster. Should have gone slower, I mean. And now everything's dangerous. Ooh. Says there are wires and stuff down in the cellar. I still feel like maybe we want to go there. Although, yeah. So if you go out here, you can see it's now. Well, it's not night, I guess. It looks like it's afternoon instead of morning, though. Still super cloudy, or not cloudy, foggy more than anything, I guess. So how am I going to go down there? I got to figure out a way to go down there, I think. That seems like the next item is to go down below. Do the garden hose. What was
The
in there
bucket
again?
is half full of a white salt.
Oh, right, salt.
Probably for when it's icy.
That's right. Trying to figure out how we can get a light to go down there. Not using that on there.
Ugh, it's as gloomy here. I'm sure Victoria wouldn't have hidden.
She didn't hide her money in the cellar. Oh yeah, there's Sister Antolini's room apparently, right? We also have not been gotten into that.
The Guardian's third virtue is mercifulness. Just as water grows drop by drop and becomes a mighty ocean, so should every call for help be heard and find a sea of answers.
So none of these drawers. So we're not going to try to give the necklace to them. Okay. Um... So probably nothing with that, at least for now, it looks like. More like rusted, not red. For the moment, no, Metal Bear, thank you. Although, I'll let you know if I want one. I like to try to figure things out on my own if I can. Sometimes, well, let's be fair, more than just sometimes I do not, but I'd like to try to figure them out if I can. But I appreciate
Attach
it.
the clamps to the stick. In theory, you could now attach even more stuff to it.
I appreciate it, and I definitely will let you know. I also appreciate you asking. Yeah, I do pretty much like 99% of the games I play blind on my channel, whether it's live streaming or uploading or whatever. So that's kind of the norm for me, but I will ask for help sometimes. Sometimes I cannot figure things out. That we'll go with that.
Excellent. I now have a sort of grappling hook.
Grappling hook? What the? Really? So I need like a rope or something now, I guess. I don't know what I would connect the grappling hook to. Huh. No, we're not walking. Stop. Okay. That was an interesting set of connections. I don't think this we're not far enough in the inventory to go much farther than this, but I don't think this will go with any of these, though. Yeah, no. Also not that, yeah. Grappling hook, no. Okay. We're gonna do something with the salt at some point. I just don't know that bucket of salt. I just don't know when. I mean, I assume. I obviously don't know, but I'm guessing. When I say we're gonna do something, I mean I'm gonna try something with it. It doesn't mean that it'll actually succeed. Since I know in games like this, sometimes you have to combine things in your inventory. I don't do this all the time, but I like to periodically check through and make sure there's not some combination that I've not done in my inventory. It's not uncommon in games like this for me to be like, really? We're going to combine those? And then some weird contraption something is done, and I'm like, okay, I would not have thought of those. So, it's like thought of combining those to do the thing. I don't know why I'm doing these. I don't expect these to, unless I'm going to do them with maybe the lighter to burn them or something for fire. Otherwise, I don't expect, this doesn't really make sense to me to try to combine this with anything. This is Space Attack. We're going to play Space Attack again at some point. Although we don't have another computer. The only one we had was over at the mortuary, which we're not going to go to. I don't even think we can get to the mortuary now, right? I don't think that's going to be a thing that's accessible. Where was the mortuary? It was like somewhere around here. Yeah, and we can't even get to it, so yeah. No. Let's see what else. None of those. Didn't expect. I don't know when we're going to use this. We'll use this at some point, though. It says valuable, make me think we might have used to sell to these guys, Gregory or Steve or something. But no, I'm trying to. I don't know when we'll use this, so that'll be interesting to see. Okay. back over here. See if any of my stuff interacts with this bucket. Was there something up high that we could not grab before? I don't think so. So I don't know when we'll use that. This doesn't make sense. This maybe, but no, because it's blue and it's gray, so that's nothing. Obviously, you don't do that. That's going to be useless. This, no. Oh, is that the same color? No, that's gray. Yeah. I was like, that doesn't... That's surprising. And I don't think we're going down yet, but I wanted to see if we could interact with this bucket, but I can't think of what else we would try with a bucket. So I think no for now. Unless maybe we're going to try to... Well, why would we try to melt the salt? That's weird. I don't think so, yeah. See, the salt is something I can't think of a current use of when we would apply that. Because it's not ice or something down there, it's water. Salt in water just makes it salty water. It's not going to actually do anything for the water otherwise. It's not going to dry it out or anything. So. We just had the statue and what was the other thing? The something over here. Was the roof? I don't know. There was the tiles. Oh yeah, that's right, the tiles. Yeah, we didn't do the tiles yet. Let's check the tiles out.
Here have just been placed loosely on there. There's a trap door underneath them.
All right, so this is probably the next thing.
So where does that lead to? Far down, in any case. It looks like an old well shaft.
Ooh, that is probably... Those are probably Victoria's valuables. And apparently ground.
Who knows what could be moldering at the bottom of this well?
Yeah.
Whoever
Cornice.
put that case there didn't want anyone to get it. I need something like a fishing rod or a stick with a hook on it.
Gee, I wonder what we could use. Maybe the hook we just created? That was convenient timing. Okay. There we go.
I'll need to use all my skill here, otherwise it's gonna fall off of the ledge.
Got it.
And we no longer have our little grappling hook thing, I assume, right? Probably disappeared when we got the case, yeah. Okay.
A black plastic case. Let's see what's in it. A 10-pound note, a bottle of wine, and a notebook. Maybe it could tell me something about the owner. Aha! Here on the first page it says Henry Stanton.
Henry?
What did our Henry write about then? Well, that's interesting. He appears to have been some kind of informant. At least, he recorded everything meticulously when he saw any castle residents in the tea room. 3:00 p.m. Tea time ends. Victoria forgets to close the horse again. 3:15 p.m. Bates checks the lock. Note, the key is hidden at Old Durgham Gordon. 4:00 p.m. Tea room empty. Use the opportunity. 4:30 p.m. Visit of Dr. Herman.
So, forgets to close the horse again. So, something with that horse in the tea room adjusts or whatever so that you can do something. And then the key is hidden at Old Durgam, Gordon. I don't remember which painting is Durgam, but maybe it might be in that storeroom where the paintings were they tried to save him from the fire. Although, does that mean it's in the painting or where the painting once rested? Interesting. Okay.
And it goes on in the same vein. And here's a drawing of a horse.
Okay.
Don't reckon this hole's got much more to offer. A statue. Is that the White Lady? Oh God, I see her every...
Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's check out a couple of rooms back at the castle now. So I'm going to want to... Do I want to do the room with the paintings? Or let's do that first, just because I think that's less likely to have something. And if there is something, then we've got it. And then we'll try to manipulate the horse in the tea room after the fact. So here.
Let's see. Maybe this Durgam Gordon is here somewhere. Looks like there's no Durgam Gordon among these. The only names are Lillian, Garmer, and Lothar Gordon. The other pictures just have the year. If I knew which one of them had lived when, then I could narrow down the choice.
So we got the library, we got a family tree there, right? That might tell us. Library.
Durgam Gordon, let's see. Ah, this is him. Married to Lillian Gordon.
Alright. That's a bit of back and forth, but that's fine. Okay, so go to the painting with Lillian.
Lillian Gordon was Durgam's wife. Her portrait was painted in 1662. Here's one dated 1659. It could be Durgam.
Okay.
I can't make anything out at first glance. There's nothing unusual on the back either.
Picture
The
frame.
frame is charred, but the fire doesn't seem to have touched the picture. This must be the portrait of Durgam Gordon. The piece of frame seems to be loose here. Maybe it got broken in transit. It doesn't look like the piece just broke off accidentally. It was sawed off. What's this? There are 7 small holes here. 7 small holes. Maybe that's a kind of repair technique. 7 small...
Okay. 7 small holes. Okay, so we might not be able to do any more yet here. Maybe this ties to the horse. Something with the horse. We bring it back here. Let's see. We analyze the thing we just took off too and see what that says. Or what he says about that.
A charred piece of picture frame. There are 2 metal pins in it.
Okay. Where's my... Here we go. Back out. Tea time.
This is the horse Henry described in his notes. This is the horse Henry...
The plinth, I guess, then instead.
So, Fury, where's your secret?
Ah! 7 holes here.
7 small holes all next to each other. These could be used for ventilation if any of Mordred's colleagues are living in there. But it kinda looks like you put something into them.
Yeah. Like the holes from the portrait.
Well, if that's not a button...
Maybe I should have done this first and then gone to the portrait. Maybe it's just because it's out of order. Because the connection seems clear, but maybe not.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah, I think I have to put the painting against this and then that. But let me see. What else?
The piece fits, but there are only 2 metal pins and 7 holes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So, alright, let me back out. Back out. I return once again to the storage room here. And go back to this.
I can't make anything out. 7 small holes.
So I'm not going to draw the connection? Alright, sure. Okay. So... I need to do something else to the horse. Interesting. Okay.
Three o'clock p.m. Tea time. Everything
whoops.
very clear. Obviously, Henry Stanton wanted to know when he could get at the horse without being seen. I bet there's something valuable in there.
Good. Um. I think I'm gonna have to do something more with the portrait instead of the horse for now. Do something there first. Like, I don't. The idea I have is, I don't think this is gonna be right. It could be, but the idea I have is maybe get some kind of adhesive or something that'll pull nails out of the Durgam Gordon painting.
I can't make anything out at first glance.
To the back of this.
It fits, but I knew it would.
Thanks. Mm.
3 o'clock p.m. Tea time ends. Victoria forgets to close the horse again. 3:15 p.m. Bates checks the lock. Note, the key is hidden at Old Durgham Gordon. 4 o'clock p.m. Tea room empty. Use the opportunity. 4:30 p.m. Visit of Dr. Herman. Everything very clearly documented when he saw anyone in the tea room over several weeks. Obviously, Henry Stanton wanted to know when he could. I bet there's something valuable in there.
Oh. The holes here, there are holes on the other side. So really what I need is I need more pins to put in this. Interesting. I don't know where I'm going to get those. There's just a statue left out in the greenhouse. In the garden side, there's only the entrance here and the going to the greenhouse or to the front. And I think there's a menhir there. The front yard and the entrance. There's nothing there. Nothing in Victoria's room. Cannot get in the passage where Sister Antolini was. I didn't look at anything else in here. I don't think there's anything else other than that painting, but let's see if there's something else shows up. I don't think so, though. Oh, mattresses. Did talk about hiding stuff in mattresses. Now, maybe not valuables, but nah, pins though? Would you put pins in a mattress or nails? I don't know. I'll click it anyway, but I don't think there's anything there.
A mattress seems to be a bit too unusual to serve as a hiding place for the Gordons.
Yeah. So unless I've not tried, unless I'm going to use something on the mattress, which we could try, but I don't think that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense, but I'll look anyway. I don't think there's anything that makes sense here. Key's not going to have a knife or something to rip the mattress open, so we won't do that. Could try burning the mattress, see if we can burn the place down. Yeah, I don't think there's anything with the mattress. Okay, and the only other thing is Durgham Gordon's painting. I don't think there's anything else in here we've not already examined before. So not there. It's not going to be anything in the library. There's nothing in the rubble.
The globe is metal. I can't. A massive block of stone with a secret compartment.
The only thing left in here, I think, is the bucket or going down. I think either of those are going to help us. I don't remember seeing any kind of pins or nails or anything lying around in the yard.
If I don't pay Greg, he won't work. It's good at least one of them is working.
Curious. Well, I don't know. I'll have a think about it over the coming week. I'll see if I can think of. Well, if I remember to, I might not think of it at all, and next week it might just be start off pickup right here, exactly like I am now. But I'll try to think about it over the weekend, think if there's somewhere I've not been already that I could go. Because it seems clear to me, I could be wrong, but it seems clear to me. Obviously, we have 7 pins in the portrait or painting, but only 2 were needed for this to go back and fit there. On the horse side of the horse, there are also 7 pins. So clearly, the 2 pins here in this piece of the picture frame are not enough. I need another 5 pins from somewhere, put them in the piece of the picture frame, and then we use that on the horse, I think. We were able to push the button without that, but I don't think that. I think that's just the mechanism to make it go, and since we didn't have a proper key, I don't think we can actually.
Nothing's happening.
Yeah, if we go do this again, I'm sure he's not even going to keep this in because it's only 2 pins, right? like before. I mean, he didn't before. I'm assuming now he's not going to either.
The piece fits, but there are only 2 metal pins and 7 holes.
Yeah. See, so it's something. We need to get 5 more pins. Oh, there's some marks because it slid. Yeah, probably.
Am I just imagining it, or are those actually scuff marks?
No, those are scuff marks. So this slides probably when you do this mechanism properly. Just need to figure out how we get the other pins in the piece picture frame. So we have enough to get this to move. Because I think that's pretty much, I think that's what's missing. We shoot 5 pins, add to the picture frame, piece of the picture frame, put the piece of the picture frame here, it'll all match up and be solid. Then we push the button, then this slides, then we get the thing. I'm sure, excuse me, I'm sure how it works. I just need to find a way to get 5 more pins. And I don't...
The keys to the castle the notary gave me.
Currently, no. See if this interacts with anything in my inventory that I have already, but I don't expect it to. Yeah, nothing. So we have this room key. We're not ever going back to the hotel, I don't think. We're basically as close to full out enemies as with Murray as we can be. I don't think we're going to try to go back to the hotel. So at some point, I'm not talking about what we'll actually do in the game. I'm talking about just if this were a real situation or whatever. We probably don't need the room key anymore. So potentially, at some point, we might be able to dismantle the key or bend it or something to use it for something else. But I don't know what we would do for that. Similar thing with the mortuary keys or Phil's keys. Not really driving his car. Anyway, that's another source. Those are both sources of metal, and I'm bringing them up because obviously you could twist metal into different shapes, so you could potentially create like little strips out of them and make those as pins. I don't think that's what we're doing, but that's a thought I had. Because the only thing else I could figure is we find something, let's say like a crate with a lid that has metal, that has like nails sticking out of it or something, could be used could double as pins. Or we find little pins lying around somewhere, possibly like in a box, but more likely lying on the ground or something. I don't think any of those is probably going to be what we do. So I'm going to have to think about how are we going to go about finding other metal pins that can be used here for the mechanism. So I think that's we're going to leave that here for this week. We're going to save it. And like I said, I'm not going to spend like a huge amount of time doing something. I'm going to try to spend a little bit of time thinking about what we have seen and not yet done, and maybe some things we can try that might lead to opening other stuff up or something that will give us more information on pins. I did just have a thought, though. He said he wasn't sure about anything else down in the well. I don't expect this to work, but I am curious if there's any way we could use Ralph's stickers on the side of this well or whatever. But now it's just look, apparently, not do.
Don't reckon this hole's got much more to offer.
Yeah, so I guess no is probably the answer for that. Alright, so I won't resave. We'll just be back at the horse next time. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out at some point. Just, it'll take a bit of try this, that failed, try that failed, until we figure something out. So it's it's not the end of the world, but it is something that I will have to spend some time contemplating, as you tend to do with puzzles generally. So, all right. So, Sansat, if you're still watching, as a reminder, now just under 8 hours, about 7 hours, 45 minutes from now, I will be doing The Witness. So if you are interested in seeing that puzzle game, that will be a thing I'm doing. Otherwise, what I would say is, thank you for joining me, everybody. Siluel, Kissa, Sansat, Metal Bear, anybody else, Fun Act, anybody else who maybe has jumped on. Appreciate the support as always. I will see you guys next time, whether it's this or hopefully in The Witness in a few hours. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Take care of yourselves. Be safe out there. And I'll see you next time. Till then, peace.
Where's Spider? Where's Spider?
His freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.